Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting Minecraft special. I am Tyken, and today I kind of wanted to do something, well, special, obviously. It's been almost a year since I've started playing Minecraft and doing videos on it. I started playing in October, and I started doing videos a couple of weeks after, like a week or two, not sure. Um, and I kind of wanted to go through. This is my old save file exactly as I left it before I quit to do my Let's Play series, and I just kind of want to go through this world and kind of, show off all the progress I've made because my building style and skills have changed pretty much in just a year. I mean, I used to think this was a really good farm design. It still is a good farm design, but I had no idea what I knew now. I mean, for a noob, this is an amazing farm design, at least in my opinion. I really love this though. This greenhouse, it's definitely my favorite structure, and I definitely loved how I put the trees along the edges, the fences around it. It gave kind of like a closed-in yet lively touch to it. I remember, actually, let's go down there real quick. I'm basically just doing a tour of my old world, kind of. Over there's the snow globe that I built. Over here is the huge, well, the reed farm, which, I remember this. I used to love this design because it flowed from the wall, kind of like my current reed farm. I went through these trenches and then poured out here just to make it look cool. And then this thing was my massive monster farm. Naturally, I don't think it works anymore. I think Notch messed it up. If he didn't, I think he is going to mess it up anyway when he changes the way monsters spawn. But this thing was huge. It went all the way down to bedrock. And I built this all completely legit. I dug this huge, I think 28 by 28 box straight down to bedrock. You have no idea how long that took, and after that I never wanted to dig again. But at least not a strip mine. But that was actually really fun building that. It's kind of tedious, but that got me more TNT than I ever needed. Let's see, what else do we have? Over here, though, this is where I built my huge... Whoa, gotta be careful. My huge tree farm. I keep missing that jump. Jump! Ah, there we go. I remember this thing. It was so cool. And I remember having that huge overhang there, and I really loved it because all my base was up on huge hills, and then down below you just had this huge kind of farm tree thing going on down there. Over here, well, that's where my infinite water spring was. Plus, I kind of left it there because it kind of felt like a little well or a little spring. This is one of my favorite achievements. Was the massive waterfall going down my hill? Because one day I was just messing around. I just put water down. And I was watching it flow. And I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then I was like, wait a minute, let's make a waterfall out of this. So I made it look natural coming down. And I was like, you know what? I love Batman, or at least the way he has all that cool stuff in his house, like the big grandfather clock that slides to the side, the entrance to the Batcave, the big exit through the waterfall, and I was like, that's exactly what I want to do. So I built this underground minecart station. Well, actually, let me go up top. So for some of my newer viewers, because I'm not sure if any of you've watched my videos before, I actually did like a complete tour of this base before, although I'm not sure if I used my texture pack or not. But either way, kind of going through this, commentating, kind of reflecting on my past, because I really do miss this base. I mean, I doubt I can continue it. I would have to basically restart from scratch, considering all the changes that have been made. The paintings are still kind of messed up. I don't know why. I remember this was my huge tram system that worked pretty much automatically. Sadly, again, it doesn't work anymore because of minecart physics and how they've changed. I never really could figure out what to do with this room, so it was kind of big and empty. But basically what would happen is you'd get in the cart, it would automatically push you throw you around here and send you out through the waterfall. Sadly, I couldn't actually have it going through the waterfall uh, because of how it works, but it was still really cool to build and how it works. And then it sent me all the way to my spawn point, and then I had another tram system there that when you got out of the cart it loaded in the magazine, and then you could ride this all the way back. I love that thing. Looking back, I mean, even then, I mean, back when I started doing my videos, everyone was like, "Dude, you've got some advanced stuff. Your buildings are really good," which is why more people wanted more videos and more tutorials. But looking back, it's like, man, I was such a noob compared to now, at least, because it's like this thing, this is kind of stupid because I thought 2 high was perfect, and it kind of is, but it does feel a little too cramped. Like making it 3 high would have been perfect. But you know, past mistakes. And this is my old bathroom, which I still need to make a new one. Back then, this was pretty good, at least compared to most standards. Considering I've never seen, like when I started playing Minecraft, I looked on YouTube all the time, on the forums, everywhere, for inspiration and ideas that I could use. Like, I got the idea for the in-the-wall lighting system from another video, and I think the shower idea from another video, but I made my own design, naturally. And of course now you can use pistons to control it. Back then I was like, maybe I could use doors, but then I was like, no, water can't flow through doors. But yeah, despite how old this world is, I started like back before the Nether to give you an accurate reading of how long it's been. But yeah, I've been playing this for a while. For some reason I'm getting some FPS lag, so I apologize. But I remember this was like my living room, and again, it's kind of small and crappy, but even now, like most of the videos I see on YouTube, because I still try looking up ideas and inspiration sometimes, and to be honest, this living room is better than most I've seen, which is kind of sad. Because I know there's some amazing stuff out there, but it's like it's really hard to find. I remember this bed. This was one of my achievements as well that I was really liking. I love the fact that I put the lava in the walls, and this was a big Donkey Kong painting, so it looked like you were playing video games and stuff. And of course, who can forget the panic room? I still get tons of views on this video to date. Let me see if I can open it. Open. Oh, there we go. The switch is hidden behind the lava place, by the way. And of course, this was done before they fixed the painting thing. Although I think they fixed it back so you could actually put paintings over doors if the painting like covered it. So yeah, this is one of my favorite things too, because you could come in here. It's completely made of obsidian, so it was blast proof. And then you have an iron door, and then behind this lava place you have a chest full of you know, materials that you have in case of like an invasion. You can have a sword, a bow, tons of food, take care of yourself, books to read, paintings, a nice little jukebox to play music, and a couch, naturally. And then in one episode, I did it on a separate save file. I removed this bookshelf and put a button behind it, and it made the entire base blow up when you press the button, and that was so fun to do. Oh my god. I still have that save file up for download somewhere. I might put it in the description below. I'll also be putting the save file for this one in the description below, simply because I know you guys want to explore it as well. I remember this was the first room I ever built, was the storeroom. This was I was really proud of too, because it looked cool. It had nice lighting. I didn't really like the lighting in the walls. I added that later. I didn't like them. I love this system I had set up, and I still pretty much use almost the exact same system for building a storeroom now. And this one was really cool. I had the forge area, and of course I put lava under glass. I expanded my storeroom so I had more room for junk that I collected, because I never throw away anything. And then of course, who can forget my automatic cactus farm, which I eventually upgraded, because before it was just a hole that dropped into the middle of the floor. It got annoying, so I put it behind a door this time, later, and I had it start flowing naturally, because this is just a basic automatic cactus farm up there. And I have a sign keeping it up. so the water doesn't flow in and all the cactus drops by itself. So that way you could collect it if you want to, but didn't have to. And this, I really love this. This was my booster cart system that sent me all the way to my vacation house, which I was going to build, but never got around to doing it. I really loved it because you come up here, all the ramps up had all the ramps had lava, and then all the flat points had this cool shadow system coming up, where it kind of looked like a subway tunnel. I always really loved this. Plus, the cool thing about it was I don't think monsters could spawn, because naturally they can't spawn on top of tracks, they can't spawn on half slabs. So there's literally no locations for them to spawn, but it looked dark and kind of barely lit like an actual subway. So I was really proud of that. Of course, it seems I had really big issues with not having enough headspace in most locations. This was my nether portal room. I made this right before the nether came out, and I was so excited with this too, because I was thinking, yeah, not only will it look cool and deadly and kind of evil netherish, but if any monsters spawn outside of it and they break the glass, then the lava will just come in and kill them all. Sadly, I didn't know any of that stuff at the time. It was just kind of cool thinking. This I added later. I was going to have it branch forward and keep going, but I figured that would be kind of weird just having this long hallway going out. And eventually I would run out of mountain. So I was going to make this... I don't remember what I was going to make this into, but I eventually put a tree farm here. And I remember I couldn't go too much forward anyway, because I remember over here I hit into the wall that was part of the mob spawner. So I went a little too far ahead. But this is my tree farm. I really liked it because it was tubular, and you could get just the wood and not have to worry about leaves or anything. I don't remember the saplings changing at all. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I think they changed automatically when the patch hit. I have no idea why, but they did apparently. Let's see. I did the first floor. This was like my first building, like actual. I believe this was my first real building attempt. Like I played Minecraft before, like on regular worlds, and screwed around. But then I was like, this time I'm gonna just build something epic. So this is the first thing I could come up with. I went and found the biggest, coolest mountain I could find, and this was it. Oh, another cool thing I want to mention is I tried to make this like an elevator. Since ladders were really slow and I didn't know about water elevators at the time. So when you go down, you see the little lights on the side, and when you get at the bottom, they have a door, and it opens just as you get to the bottom. But, of course, water elevators broke and everything now, so this is pretty much a really reliable system. And this is when I kind of upped my building tier, I guess. When I get much better at building, I decided to dig a lower level down and actually add kind of a homey area. Like here's the kitchen I built, and this kitchen I was really proud of. Like I had not seen any kitchen as good, and I looked all over YouTube to see if like I was original or if there was any better designs that I could draw ideas from. And this is the coolest thing I had ever built, or one of the coolest things back when I started playing. Because you know, when you're a noob and you start discovering things, everything's like new and exciting. Like, yes, I'm awesome. I built this, and it is the most epic thing in the world. I'm not trying to say I was an epic builder or better than everyone else. It's just like, you know, you're really proud of things you create that look cool. And when I built this, I was really happy because I wanted to make kind of like an underground indoor park that I could relax in, so I wouldn't feel like I was inside or underground all the time. So I did this, and naturally it's not as big or as grand as it could have been, but I really liked the little pathway I built and the fountain. I think there's even lava down there. I remember this thing killed so many chickens because they would spawn and get in there and just drown. It was funny. But down here I was like, you know what, lighting in the walls is good, but let's try putting it in the floor too to give it a little bit more texture, because before when you walk down it was just blank planks and it looked kind of stupid. This I was really proud of too. It took me, actually, all of these rooms took me hours to do because I would build it and then I was like, this looks good, but I could do better. So I'd tear it down, or at least most of it, and completely rebuild it over and over and over until I got it to look right. That, it took me hours to figure out how to make it look just the way I wanted it. And then over here, I decided that since I had a kitchen, I should have a grand dining area because I want to have like a fortress kind of thing. Like I want it to be the king of the dwarves, basically. Not exactly that, just like kind of like a warlord feel. So instead of having, because I'm pretty sure this was way before colored wool was anywhere in Minecraft except for in creative. What was it? I forget the actual name of it, but it's where they had that creative mode that wasn't actually creative mode. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, um, I used this for red carpet, and I was like, this looks great. In fact, it still looks great, even better than red wool. And I was like, I want a throne that looks good. But it's like all the thrones I ever saw were built out of gold or diamonds, and I was like, at the time, even though gold was useless, I was like, I'm not gonna waste it on that. And besides, gold is like, yes, I'm rich, I'm famous, and I'm better than you. This, I actually want it to feel like I am a strong leader. I want something that shows my dominance. So I built it out of obsidian, which again I'll mined all by myself. And then I was like, okay, that looks good, but it needs some color to it, and it needs to look cool. So I put a lava background on it. Plus I was like, heats your back while you sit there. Then of course I had to add the half slabs for the seat, and then the decoration signs on the side. And then of course I used wool right there just to give it kind of a feel. And of course I put it all on a little platform so it kind of feels like you're raised up. Over here was when I first discovered how to do a lava waterfall. I decided to actually implement one into my base. It looks really cool. And then I had another idea. I was like, well, what if I had just a waterfall with torches behind it in the shape of a pattern to kind of show like my clan symbol or kingdom symbol. So I tried doing that. I couldn't think of any really good symbols that would fit well, so I just was playing around with it. But I really loved when I designed this because this was when I first discovered how to do these chairs, and I'm like, yes! And then one day I decided to put a painting on the back of it for some reason, or by mistake. I forget how I discovered it, but then I was like, that looks so much better with the signs, because then it has a taller back and you have the smaller arms. Plus it looked cool. And of course at the time I didn't think to change the textures on the signs. In fact, at the time I wasn't even working on texture packs. This was way before I even knew how to do that kind of stuff. So it was really cool. And then when I made this table, I was really happy with it because it had just the right texture, and then the border around it was great, and then the lava in the middle was also a centerpiece, but also a form of lighting. Because as you can see, everything's well lit, despite not many lights being around, except for that one for some reason. But I was really proud of that particular room. Sadly, I was gonna have it go deeper, but then I couldn't think of anything else to build down there. Over here, I was going to carve out this huge section and make it kind of like into a rave/dance room. Have redstone lights flickering everywhere, music boxes with like a DJ thing set up. But I think that was I think I ran out of ideas for that, and I just decided to start my own LP series. That way, people can actually see my base as I build it throughout the entire series, like I do now. And it also gave me a massive chance to improve, as you've seen, instead of being stuck where I am now. Plus, this world isn't as grand as my current one. It's kind of bland. Oh, hey, it's raining. Huh, interesting. This is the first time it's ever rained on this world. Literally, this is way before rain was implemented. And apparently this is partially... Okay, the weather's just glitched out, I guess. But as you can see, the landscape wasn't that impressive. It just mostly plains, a few hills, nothing really that great. So I also wanted a chance to have a really epic looking world. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed reminiscing with me, because I really do miss this base sometimes, and I come back every so often just to look at it and bring back old memories. And I hope you I also kind of want to show like where I came from, like how I started off, because this was me a year ago, just about, where I was a complete noob, didn't know anything really, and only had limited knowledge of the game. And this was before anything really advanced was added to the game. Like, this was before wood slabs, this was before squids, this was before dyes. It was way before even the Nether. So actually, I started playing just before the Nether, and I was really excited about the Nether coming out. But anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you all really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, you know, talking about everything and showing off where I came from in Minecraft. And I'll see you guys next time.